We all know that our 30s can really be a true turning point for a lot of us. 30s are where we can reinvent ourselves. The 30s are where we can reflect back on the things that we never want to remember again, or reflect back on the beautiful memories that we've made. But then we can transition forward into looking towards, who do I want to become? What is the impact that I want to have on this earth? The 30s are a great time to do that. So this is where you're catching the second part in the 3-part series of the most important lessons to learn in your 30s. Part 1 was the most important life lessons. 3 will be the most important mental health lessons to learn. So let's get started on part 2. Starting off strong with number 1, emotional availability versus chemistry. Emotional availability wins all day, hands down. Ask anybody who's been married for longer than 10 years. They'll let you know. The newlywed feeling, the newly dating feeling, the honeymoon feeling, whatever you want to call it, that stuff fades. However, when someone is able to have clear communication with you and actually listens and wants to listen to you, when someone is showing you consistency within their actions, not just doing it one time, but it's consistently over time to show you, I'm here, I care, you're my number one. When someone shows emotional maturity, when they're able to connect with you on an emotional level as well and not shy away from those things, those are just part or some of the core foundational pieces that long-lasting relationships have to have in order to work and be fruitful. So you can be with someone for a long time and just really not like the person. But if you actually want to have a thriving, healthy relationship, those are just some of the things that are included and needed. Notice I did not include there chemistry. That's just to say that the butterflies that you get sometimes, they're not there all the time, and that's okay. However, when there's a few weeks or days or months or years where the butterflies aren't there, are we able to communicate consistently? Are we listening to each other? Are we working through our disagreements? Are we making time to connect with each other? Do we actually like each other? All of these things will always weigh heavier. So make sure the person you choose is someone who you can have all these things with and build upon all these things if you don't have those skills just yet. Remember, couples therapy is there for a reason. Mentorship with other couples who've been married longer, have a little more experience, and are willing to impart that wisdom onto you. That is going to be important. Reading books, challenging yourself, all these things are going to be important. That's why they say relationships take, you got it, work. Let's move on to number 2. You have to know your relationship style, aka your attachment styles. What are they? Do you have more of a anxious attachment style? Do you have more of an avoidant attachment style? Do you have more of a disorganized attachment style? Are you leaning more towards secure? Where do you find yourself as far as your attachment style in relationships? Now, if you don't know, that's okay. I have a full playlist with videos explaining what attachment styles are, how to figure your attachment style out, how to actually help you figure out your partner's attachment style. Now, knowing your attachment styles is super important because it lets you know this is how you show up in romantic relationships. See, the difference between romantic relationships and every other type of relationship, family, friendships, acquaintances, and the fact that a romantic relationship will bring things out of you that no relationship will. And that is because this person that you are in a relationship with, they are going to get the closest to your vulnerability. And through romantic relationships is where we see what we need to work on, what our fears are, how we love, how we disagree, how we hurt, all of those things. So understanding your attachment style is key. Then understanding your partner's attachment style is also key, because then you can understand how we relate to each other. So are you more avoidant? Am I more anxious? How does that display in our relationships? How can we learn from this to grow into a more secure relationship style to benefit and help our relationship thrive? It's going to be super important. Number 3, boundaries protect love. It doesn't ruin it. See, a lot of times we think, well, I can't say no to these things, or I can't reject my partner in this way. They're going to feel terrible. Boundaries are a line that you set and let the person know you cannot go past this point. That is healthy. That is okay. The problem is, for a lot of us, if you grew up with trauma, traumatic experiences, or if you grew up in a home that maybe had some toxic environments behind it, if you grew up in a sense of maybe it was more authoritarian, so saying no was not a thing, there's a lot of factors that go into that. However, when you learn that being able to say no, even to your partner, is a way that you're respecting yourself and your desires, your needs, and also it's respecting the other person that you're in a relationship with. Because if you continue to allow someone, notice that I chose my words carefully, if you continue to allow someone to overstep your boundaries, when you get in the habit of doing that because you feel bad, you're guilty, all of these things that come up for you, what happens is you let the other person know, my boundaries are not actually boundaries, they're more like suggestions. And so you can take it or leave it. That's not respecting yourself. That's not putting yourself in a position of saying, you know what, I love you, you love me, I'm worthy of boundaries, and I will also respect your boundaries. Now, remember that I'm talking about healthy relationships. I am not talking about toxic, unhealthy relationships. These are two different things. So in healthy relationships, boundaries are important. It protects love. It allows you to not build silent resentments against your partner. And this is one of the number one killers of relationships that I see, especially as a couples therapist. That silent resentment that lingers for years and years out of guilt, out of not wanting to say no, out of wanting to keep the peace, set the boundaries, follow through with the boundaries, respect your partner's boundaries as well. Number 4, don't be mad at me. You promised. All right. You can't fix anyone. See, when you get into a relationship with someone that you think is going to change as long as you show up in a certain way, you're already setting yourself up for failure. When you fall in love with the potential of the person and not the person, you've already taken the first misstep. When you could recognize this person that's in front of me, this is who they are. Yes, they have big goals and big dreams, and they want to aspire to do all these wonderful things, whether it's internal growth, being a great parent, being a great partner, being a great child, being a great friend, career person, whatever it is. We can respect somebody's aspirations and goals in life, but we also have to understand who is the person right in front of us. Where are they at right now? And what is, because you're going to take a gamble at some point, what is the probability that they're going to get to that version of who they say they want to be? Also, what is it going to take from you for them to get there? Does that mean that you have to self-sacrifice over and over and over and over and over and over again for them to get there? And it's just a possibility? Or do they actually have written down goals? Do they actually have a plan in place? Are they actually holding themselves accountable outside of themselves to reach this goal? You have to explore the different areas, not just what you feel you can help them with. Not just the potential of the future version of them that you're falling in love with. And this idea of, oh, we can have all this and we can do all this and we can impact in this way and they can become this. Who's in front of you? How do they show up when they're upset? How do they show up when they feel rejected? How do they treat you when you set a boundary? How do they react when things don't go their way? These are more important. These are more concrete questions. Who is the person right in front of you? Also, what do they bring out of you? Because we forget ourselves in a lot of this equation. Who is the version of me that they bring out? Are they bringing out the rude side of me, the angry side of me? Are they bringing out the stressed? Are they bringing out the guilt in me consistently? Because that you can bank on continuing to happen. You said you wasn't going to get mad. I got you. Point number 5. Choose someone who chooses you. You can like someone, you can fall in love with the person, you can fall in love with how they look, how they treat people, you can fall in love with the potential of them, you can fall in love with all these great things about them. Choosing someone who chooses you means someone who is willing to put in the same amount of effort that you put in or more when you need them to show up more for you during a certain season of your life. Choosing someone who chooses you is seeing the fruits of their labor that shows, I respect you as a person, the same way you respect me. Choosing someone who chooses you is choosing someone who's emotionally invested in you. Doesn't mean that we're perfect, but it means that we will dang sure work on it. If there's a problem, we're going to work on it together to fix it. Even if we don't have the roadmap to know what in the world are we supposed to do to navigate this, we will still try. We will still come together. This won't break us. And remember, I'm talking about healthy relationships. Choose someone who actively and consistently chooses you on your good days, on your not so good days, and everything in between. And also someone that you want to choose in those same capacities as well. I hope this video was helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe and comment your favorite part of this video down below, and stick around for part 3 that's coming out very soon. Thank you so much again for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. I truly do. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.